Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of a Kaiju Live chat. We got a little different take on it tonight. We are joined by Leslie and his wife, Sandra. What's going on? Now I can't hear you guys. Oh, no. Can you hear them?
Yeah, I can hear them.
Okay, as long as you can hear them.
Of course, you don't introduce me, though.
No, Kelly doesn't get an introduction. I can't hear them, so
How are you going to know what they're saying then?
I'm going to figure it out. Don't worry. But
right. I think I can hear them. Say hello. Mic check.
Hello.
So we had a mic.
Okay, yes,
we had
I
a
hear
mic
them.
check just before. Everything was perfect, and now nothing on my end. Fantastic.
Do you want to just share mine?
You know what? Screw it.
Oh,
That's love.
There you go.
Love it.
Just switch ears.
what do you mean? Oh,
That ear to this ear.
no, you to just take this one.
Oh my god. This is great. We're off to an incredible start, and I can hear an echo in mine. This is great.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be. Get used to it. That's
Yeah.
what you said to me.
All right. So what is going on, everybody? As usual, an amazing Kaiju Live instant technical error. Again, did a mic check. Everything was fine, and now it's crazy. So how are you two doing? Thank you so much for joining us.
We're doing fine. Doing great. Want to thank you, first of all, for allowing us to be here, having us here for this first ever Kaiju Couples Chat. Of course, I guess let's do the proper introduction since, AJ, we know each other. But of course, Miss Kelly, this is my beautiful wife, Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
Hey, Kelly, how you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Good.
And, the purpose of this is to let people out there know that, there are Kaiju couples out there that do exist where, the participants in the marriage or the union are Kaiju fans. So hopefully for all those spouses out there of Kaiju collectors and or fans that don't really understand why we love this stuff and don't really get, just why we love this stuff, quite frankly. Hopefully this will get you on board on being you may not be able to love it as much as like the hardcore fans do, but maybe you can share in the fun of the hobby with your significant other. So.
Yeah. Well, so I'll start off with a funny story then. So for those wondering, how long does it possibly take to get your spouse on board with collecting and Godzilla fandom? So Kelly and I have been together almost 15 years now, and it wasn't until last year's G-Fest where Kelly was like, I get it now.
Well, I didn't experience the world of Godzilla until then.
I mean, but I tried, and you weren't interested. But
I'm here now, okay?
yes, actually, Kaiju Live. Me joining Kaiju Live was actually Kelly's idea. That wasn't even mine. So my dad's original show with Dad and Noel. That was all Kelly's idea of, hey, you should join that. So if it wasn't for Kelly, I actually wouldn't be here doing any of this with any of you and met all you great people. So thanks, babe.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So how about you, Sandra? How were you always a Godzilla fan? How did that begin, that journey?
Oh, yeah, I've been a Godzilla fan. Oh, probably for about 45 years.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been a Godzilla fan for a long time. Yeah, I'm telling my age now, right? Telling my age.
got a few years.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Godzilla.
I've been a Godzilla fan for a long, long time. I grew up watching Godzilla when I was a kid. girl, in school, come home, watch it. They have episodes, and so I'd watch. They do it in 30-minute intervals and stuff like that. So I grew up watching Godzilla, loved it, and then when I met Leslie, we kind of like, when you meet somebody you don't know, it's like a dark secret. And then we got to talking. It's like I went over to his house and he had Godzilla. It's like, no way, man! You like Godzilla? It's like, oh man, it was all good. Then everything just started,
Yeah, when it's like
he
a
was
dark
the
secret.
Yeah. Well, it's like
I would have to warn Kelly. I was like, all right, so the first time she would come over, I was like, so I just want to let you know, there's going to be a lot of dinosaurs
toys.
around.
Yeah.
So I just want to prepare you for that.
You didn't prepare me.
No,
well
you
enough.
really couldn't be prepared enough. No,
I
it was a warning, but not.
Downstairs, and I was like, where am I?
And like people don't understand. People don't understand, and you're talking to them. They're like, what's going on? But yeah, I mean, if you like Godzilla, then you're like, wow, you're in awe. So,
so what's your favorite movie?
oh, mine's is King of the Monsters, Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
The original?
GMK?
Yeah, it was GMK, King of the Monsters. Destroy All Monsters.
No, GMK.
I mean, GMK. Yeah.
GMK.
I get them all titles on myself, but GMK is my favorite,
Yeah, GMK is awesome. Kelly, what's your favorite?
1964 Godzilla.
She's catering to you, Leslie. Look at that.
That's what I'm talking about. Actually, you know what?
That one. That's my favorite one.
Actually, there were two films in '64. Which one?
Oh yeah.
There's two of them. Which one?
That's not fair, Liz.
Yeah,
Leave her alone.
The first one.
Oh, very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mothra versus Godzilla. Yes. It's funny,
Glad to be here.
It's funny, because Sandra and I, dated, a few years before we got married. And when I was staying in my apartment at the time, and she came over for the first time, and of course it was a one-bedroom apartment, so it was a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, and a bedroom. Now, mind you, I had Godzilla figures. They were in every part of the apartment, right? They were like maybe in the living room and in the bedroom. And so she comes over, and we like sitting down, watching the movie, and just chilling out. And she comes over a few more times, obviously, because we're dating. And I'm expecting her to say something along the lines of, "Why do you have these plastic dinosaurs in here?" And for a while, she didn't really say anything until we just had a conversation. And like she said, we found out that, we were actually Godzilla fans, mutual Godzilla fans. And once we became married, and I started, playing more of the movies, and my wife and the kids saw more of the movies, they just really have grown attached to to this genre. Now, I don't force feed the movies or the hobby onto them. Like if I want to watch a Godzilla movie, I either probably stay in the bedroom or come up here in the man cave. But there are times where I just sit in the living room and watch Godzilla movies. And there are times that the kids will come in and just will sit down and watch them with me. To the point where, because we got 3 daughters, right? To the point where, no lie, my oldest daughter, Haley, she has a thing for Minya. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why.
Minya, who?
Oh, thank you so much, Kelly. Because I was like, that's like a gray Play-Doh, Pillsbury thing. I'm just not a Minya fan. Can't do it.
And our second oldest, Olivia, for some reason, she loves Baran and Space Godzilla. I don't know why. Like, those two monsters, they're like different
Yeah.
on different sides of the spectrum.
Totally different
But for
level.
some reason, she just loved the design of both Iran and Space Godzilla.
He's Space
And
Godzilla.
and my youngest daughter, our youngest daughter Jasmine, she actually likes the Mothra larvae, not the adult Mothra, but the Mothra larvae, to the point
Oh,
where she
the
took.
poop?
Yeah, the poop.
Yes.
Yeah, we got some poop. Here we
There we
go.
go.
Some poop.
Yeah. I love her personality, man. That's awesome. Yeah, the book.
Yes.
Yeah, the book, yeah.
To the point where she actually took my figures out of the room one day, took them in her bedroom, was playing with them, and actually named them David and Lily. You can't make this stuff up.
Yep.
You can't make this stuff up. So
I thought you were going to say David and Goliath.
That's what I thought you were going with it too.
I don't know why, but that's what they do.
Do you want to, what Abby likes, or shall I?
You go ahead.
So after G Fest, because we had seen the amazing orchestra and the King Caesar song. I don't know if anyone was there. The King Caesar song was incredible. So when we got home, I was like, "Hey, do you want to watch this movie?" And again, Kelly finally on board said yes. So I think that's the first movie we actually fully sat through.
Because of that orchestra.
Because of the orchestra was Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 74.
Right.
And Abby, our daughter, loves Godzilla. Like, when she see... I actually have a couple videos. I'll have to post them in the group. When she sees, like, Godzilla, she gets, like, all pumped. And I immediately fast forward to, like, the first time, you know, when you got this guy's Mechagodzilla and he turns. And like there's all these explosions and everything, and Abby's just like, yeah, I'm into this. Laser locked. And her favorite character is King Caesar. She calls him a giant puppy, basically. It's a puppy.
That's what he is, really.
I actually finally found the D4 Real Rick. So that's probably going to be her Christmas gift. You know, because now I can be like, this is for her. This is not for me. It's totally for her. I don't know if you guys have ever played that game.
He comes home the other day with a blue Mothra, and he's like, "It's for Abby." And I'm
It's
like,
the D4 Real.
"Is it?" Okay.
Mothra 2019, the Rick version. And because we had the Godzilla one and with the light up, and then we've been using that as like a night light for a little bit. So I was like, she has to get the Mothra, right? Like, come on.
Yeah, I understand that. Like I said, our youngest, I don't know what possessed her to come into this room, because this room is like sacred ground. Like we allow our grandkids to come in and play video games, but pretty much everybody knows, like, you know, you can look, but you don't, you know, please don't touch. For some reason, Jasmine decided just to come in. Of all the figures in the room, she grabs the poop, basically, and it's like David and Lily, like those are like two of the most random names you want to give, like the Martha larva. And now when I look at them, I only see David and Lily.
Yep. Everybody's gonna start calling David and Lily now. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
I don't know.
I like it.
But yeah, Abby's really into all the monster stuff. She has like no fear, and I catch her bringing stuff because, like, you know, I have the shelves behind us for the show, and she'll come down here while I'm either, you know, working or playing video games or whatever, and she comes down and she'll grab something, and I find it upstairs, and I'm like, hey, that's not yours. What are you doing? Or I have some of my superhero stuff. I have like the DC girls, and it's like around the corner over here. And oh, was that a subscriber sound? Was that what that was? I think it actually worked. I added something new to the stream. I don't know if it even just popped up, It's a thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, and I heard a 8-bit sound. I don't know if that's what that actually was, but if it was, thank you so much.
I didn't hear it.
It was in my headset. I don't know if it's real. I could be hearing things going crazy. But anyway, she goes around the corner and I'll go, and she has all my DC superhero girls like all over the floor playing with them like they're real. No, see, she's laughing at me. You see this? You see the laugh? This is what I've been dealing with forever. She doesn't understand that they're collectibles. So I'm trying to teach Abby the ways of, you can look at it, like you said, you can look, but you can't touch. It's going okay. I could go better.
Okay.
Well, first off, you know what you did here was a new subscriber, and let's thank the ladies. Come on, let's be honest here. The ladies brought you a new subscriber.
Yes.
So thank you.
Air high five. Air high five.
Boom. I joined in on it. So.
Now, I have a question for you, Miss Kelly.
Uh-oh.
Because I know the answer to the question that, as far as my wife is concerned, but for like when you watch the movies or when you had a chance to watch the movies, was there something about them that irked you, that just didn't sit right with you, or just, I mean, is there something that sticks out that made you go, nah, I can't get behind that? And the reason why I asked that is because my wife, and actually, Godzilla vs. Volante is the biggest offender of this. But if you watch the English dub of that film, the characters majority of the time refer to Godzilla as Godzilla. And Sandra hears that, she just like I can't watch it. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I can't. It drives me bananas.
Yeah, no, that's a foul. But go ahead.
Do we have a while?
Go ahead. Actually, we do have a while. Go ahead.
I just don't really like overacting, which I find a lot of in Godzilla. Things like that. The whole idea of men in the suits, running around like.
It's the dream. That's every boy's dream. I don't understand.
Or women. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's women in the suits. Not sure. Oh yeah, that's a woman, right?
Yeah.
And the dubbing, that's always fun.
Well, yes. When we watched Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, I think one of the questions you asked me was like, is this supposed to be serious? I was like, yes and no. I mean, you just gotta, it's in the 70s. You gotta kind of just appreciate it for what it is. I mean,
if I watched it when I was a kid, maybe it would have been a different story. But I was introduced to it later in my life, and I'm like, what is the big deal with all of this? I don't understand.
But then again, you went to G-Fest, and now you kind of understand.
Well, now I kind of understand. But I find that most of the fans started when they were kids, when they were children.
Well,
so it like grows into that.
How do you feel about that, Leslie? It always kind of depends on what age you are and what movie you see first.
Like, oh.
What we got in the chat?
It's calling me public enemy number 1.
Hey, come
all right,
on now.
bye everybody. It was fun.
No.
I do believe that it just depends on when you come into it. Like everybody knows, my first ever film was Megalon. Not exactly the best film in terms of quality when you compare it to the other films. But at the time, I was like maybe 3 years old, 4 years old, and seeing Godzilla stomp, doing like an MMA like charge and Jet Jaguar, Megalon, and Gigan, and that just hooked me right there. So it just depends. It just depends on the person. Depends on what their tolerance level is, because quite frankly, these films and what they are asking you to suspend your disbelief is, it's a lot. That's why when I hear Godzilla fans like me, I'm talking about the 2019 film, the most common criticism that I heard was that a lot of people kept on saying, "It's not too realistic." And I'm sitting here thinking, like, have you not seen the Showa films? Have you not seen a good majority of these films? And my whole argument with that is, they're meant to be over the top. They're meant to be these outlandish situations where it can't possibly happen in real life. That's the purpose of movies. They're there to provide you an escape. They're there as a distraction. And I mean, of course, some Godzilla films, do try to use the more realistic approach, like '84 and maybe Shin Godzilla, and I guess you would count King of Monsters in certain respects. But once again, the reason why I love these films is the fact that, they're like larger than life comic book characters. And I think it's hypocritical, honestly, for people to shoot down Godzilla and Gamera and Ultraman by saying that it's not too realistic, but yet you're going to praise the Avengers films. You're going to praise the Superman films. And when you sit down and dissect it, those films couldn't happen in real life either. So it's like, so why does Godzilla get like this like stern, talking down to, like, no, you can't do that, but yet you can praise Iron Man and Spider-Man and all that other stuff. So that's a part that I don't really particularly agree with when it comes to like certain fandoms looking at the Godzilla fans like we're nerds and we shouldn't take this thing too seriously. But you got Star Wars fans, you got anime fans, and you got all these different fandoms that are saturated with over the top, not realistic situations, but yet nobody talks bad about them. So why does the Godzilla culture get attacked? I just don't really particularly agree with that.
Yeah, as a kid, it was always, the one kid alone, like, oh, he's the Godzilla fan. Everyone else was like Star Wars fans. And I'm like, Star Wars is cool, but like, see this guy in his rubber suit destroying this building? Like, that's cool.
I completely agree with the whole, not being realistic thing. My mom once watched like James Bond or Transformers or whatever, and she's like, what is happening? This would never happen in real life.
Yeah, it's like,
and I said, that's the point of movies.
Yeah, you're either into it or you're not. Like, I've still really haven't dove into like Ultraman stuff yet, even though I'm sure I would love it. I just haven't gotten around to it. But so I know some people watching, this is what they might think, usually happens when you try to bring your collection or reveal the secret that you're a collector. So this doesn't happen to everybody. I thank you, Kaiju Battle, for sending me this image because this is hilarious. Godzilla Ruined My Marriage says fuming bride.
Groom dumps her after she turns off TV monster flick.
I mean, yeah. All right, let me get that off the screen.
Well, I have a question for Kelly, though.
Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
So, do you have any figures yourself that you've individually collected?
Oh,
I do.
Don't run away because you're going to take your phone with you.
Where is it?
Probably all over there.
Hold on. Time out.
And what's your favorite piece?
She's bringing them over. She does.
This is exciting. This is exciting, though,
This is Kelly's favorite thing to do.
We're about to have a girl minute, girl moment here.
This is Kelly's
What's
favorite
that little
thing to do
flashes when you? What's a happy moment? So we're about to have a girl moment,
All right. You ready for the reveal?
Sure.
So, I think this is Micros, right? I believe this Ultraman character.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes,
he was my first purchase at a G-Fest.
That's what's up.
And wait, hold this up. Oh, sorry, is that for a show?
There.
That's what's up.
This is where it begins. It begins at little.
That's right.
Little stuff like that, and then.
Then this is my favorite finger puppet.
But yes, Kelly's finger puppet theater on Kaiju live shows are legendary.
That's
because he's like, come on, he's just so weird. But he's also reminding me of Ariel Monsters.
Yes, he is the Ariel monster.
That's
So that's
awesome.
Good question, Sandra. Thanks for that.
Well, I mean, the reason why I asked because Leslie has his collection, I have my collection, and we sort of split off on. We have some things we have the same figures of, but we also split off on what we collect. And here lately, I've been concentrating on more of the Christmas ornaments, the Christmas figures, the Carlton Hallmark Godzillas. So that's what I've been concentrating on, and I've been collecting those kind of hard here the last few months so I can decorate my little black Christmas tree I got for Christmas. So, I'm getting quite a few of them now. So I've been working on that pretty hard. And of course I had some reels and stuff, and I have my regular collection, but I've been kind of like concentrating on my little small ornament collection right now of Godzilla figures. So.
But don't get it twisted. Her favorite one is that guy right there.
Oh yeah, that's my love.
The gigantic GMK. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Actually, it's a funny story. Because my first ever S+ gigantic, and of course, everybody probably knows the story, but in case you don't, my first ever was actually the Burden Godzilla, and he was actually the second figure in the line to come out because I wasn't too necessarily impressed with the GMK. It was big, it was great, but I wanted him to be a little bit bigger.
Yes,
but one day,
I remember I had that with the G2000 as well. I was like,
right,
why is this called a gigantic?
Right. So one day I showed Sandra a picture of the gigantic GMK, and that just like sent her on another planet. She was like, I gotta have it. And I ended up buying it for her. And once we had it in the house and once I saw it in person, I was like, yeah, I think I need to have one my dad gonna sell. So I ended up getting one later on. As a matter of fact, that actually happened, that has happened like 3 times when it came to the gigantics. I wasn't like you, AJ. I wasn't feeling the 2000. She got the standard, but when I saw it in person, I was like, yeah, I need to get the Rick. And then just last year when the 2019 came out, I was like, I don't think I want to get it. But then once I saw her enthusiasm for the standard, and then I saw what the Rick option is going to be, I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go for the Rick. So really, in a lot of respects, she's actually inspired me to get other pieces that I really just initially passed on. But seeing her passion about it and her enthusiasm want to get those certain pieces, come around on it. And even also, and I'm sorry, babe, I don't mean to say this, and don't make me sleep out on the couch tonight. When I first saw GMK, I didn't like it. I was not impressed.
Yeah, something wrong with it.
I was not impressed with it. I was intrigued by the new designs, but as a King Ghidorah fan, I was disappointed in King Ghidorah.
Same.
I didn't really like that the monster fights were mostly squash matches. Now I know that Godzilla was portrayed as like the most devastating, destructive version of himself ever at that point. But when I first saw GMK, then when I saw the ending on how he was defeated, it was okay, but I didn't love it as much as I love it now. But then once I showed Sandra a copy of the movie, and she was like on into every scene, into the monster action, into the music, and once again seeing her enthusiasm about it made me like take a second look into GMK. I'm like, you know what? It really is that good. I know some people find it overrated, and that's fine, but guy. her enthusiasm actually led me to love and honor certain things. So without her, I don't know where I would be as far as like a kaiju collector, kaiju fan, or just overall in life.
Aww.
I ain't trying to start crying here because I already did that a couple weeks ago. But yeah, she was the one that said, you know what, we're going to G Fest. We're going to set a budget. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And she has, where she could have been like, you know what, you like that stuff, do your thing. But she actually just dives into it with me, and and supports me. And like I said, the one thing better than being a Kaiju fan is being married to one.
So on the flip side of that,
I'm opposite.
we have the opposite dynamic, where, you know, I'm sure people have come across this, where you know, the what the hell is in that box kind of days, you know, those kind of box days where you're like, another one? What's that? So, you know, we've had that a couple of times.
It's a great impression.
She definitely does not encourage me to get more.
I'm sorry, you have an entire basement filled with it, so, you know.
Never know.
Well,
But she does tolerate it, and I love you for that, because it would be really hard to be a collector and just, you know, you absolutely hating everything about it. So there is hope.
I have grown.
Yes.
Over the last few years.
And thank you everyone that we met at G-Fest, because again, that really turned everything around for Kelly, and viewing all of this crazy stuff that she thought I was the only person in the world that did this. And then we met so many more, and it's like, yeah, see, it's not just me.
And it's like one big family. And I'm gonna tell you why I really like the 2019. Why I like that big figure, and I wanted that great big figure. When I watched the movie, to watch the upgrade from the 2014 to the 2019, the Godzilla, when I watched him walk and I watched his shoulder motion, his movement was so bad. AWS, okay? You know, I'm not gonna cuss. Okay, but so badass that I told Leslie, I said, that is just the bomb. And I said, he walked, you know, I don't know if you ever watched American Gangster with Denzel Washington, okay?
Yes.
So
he had that stride. If you watch it again, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. He had that stride like Denzel Washington, like he was going to go up there and whoop.
I feel like I have to make a meme of that now, but
okay.
With Godzilla in the suit.
And I was like, man, I gotta have that figure, because he's just like really, you know, about to whoop some tail. So, you know, that figure just really was so attractive, because I just look at the different dynamics Leslie does on some figures that makes me want it really bad. And I told him before we even got it, it's like, man, his stride is just like Denzel Washington in the movie American Gangster. I was like, and since he showed me it's coming out, I was like, okay, I gotta have that one. He's like, you want it, babe? You want it? I said, yeah, I do. I want it. I want that one. I said, yeah, I want that one. And I was like, I got GMK in my bedroom, and I got that big 2019 in my bedroom, like a few feet from my bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other men in my life. You know, they're in the bed, in the bedroom.
Oh, wow, all right, we're good. Leslie's facial expression says it all, I think.
That's for you, babe. Well, you know, you got the man cave. I just, you know, got my space,
we have very specific rules to our house where I'm not allowed to have anything Godzilla related anywhere in the house other than the basement in which I dwell in. So unfortunately, we don't have any lizards accompanying us in our. Well, never mind.
We have them everywhere in our house. We have them upstairs, downstairs.
Really just 3 rooms. We have like in our bedroom. We have it in the living room or in the den, and we just have them up here. Most of the stuff is really up here, and rarely anybody outside of the family comes up here. We've had like maybe a couple extended family members that don't live near us come through here or come up here, and my cousin came up here not too long ago, and they were just amazed. They were like, "Wow! Like I didn't know all this stuff really existed." And when I see people's faces, it just makes me real proud of stuff I've actually got together and curated, and you know. Because all this is really is a result of hard work. Now with Sandra, you know, she also has taught me to budget and put this, even though this is a fun hobby to dive into, but don't let this take over like a car payment or a mortgage payment or a light bill payment or stuff like that. So she really just really taught me to be, more budgetary, I guess, and then just try to strike a good balance where you can enjoy this stuff, and still take care of your responsibilities. The responsibilities comes first. But like in the bedroom, majority of her figures are in there. I only have like maybe one. Like she has like the 2019 gigantic GMK, a few Devil Rails. I only have the gigantic 64 in there. 'Cause I want at least something of mine in there. But and sometimes I flip flop, I interchange. I may bring something else down and stuff like that. But and also for like being a Godzilla fan, like watching Godzilla movies, I don't really watch Godzilla movies every single day or even every single weekend. And I know that Sandra is a fan, but I know she doesn't want to see a Godzilla film every single day or every single time I want to watch a movie. But we do have a compromise, and there are times I'll ask her like, "Look, I'm going to pop a Godzilla film. Are you fine with that?" I could go anywhere in the house, but since I work a lot during the week, we don't really spend that much time together. So it's very important to me. Like on weekends, I spend as much time with her as possible. So I asked her, like, look, I'm about to pop in the Godzilla movie. You fine with that? Yes. And she's cool with that. We haven't got over the Gamera thing just yet because she can't stand how Gamera works. And
extremes.
I haven't I haven't shown Kelly Gamera yet, so that should be
girl. Feel my pain on that one. Mm-mm.
David asked us a question.
Yeah, we have a question from David. Question for the ladies. Best and worst monster in the series. So, Sandra, you go first.
I'm going to leave that to Sandra.
No, you have to go first.
Best and worst monster in the series.
We already know what the worst is.
What are you talking about?
Right?
Yeah, Mania. Oh, God. I don't even consider him a monster. I'm just not a Minya fan. I know a lot of people like Minya. I just feel like he's underdeveloped.
Yeah, because he just stayed the same.
I think they could have done a little bit more with that. If it was going to be a little a baby or whatever, I just felt like it's just too lacking for me. And they could have done a little something else to make it a little bit more attractive. Maybe it'd been all right, but his little voice just irks me too. Besides blowing out smoke rings, like he may have cancer by now. You never know.
So what's your favorite monster then?
I got nothing.
Well, my favorite. Everybody knows my favorite is GMK. So hands down, I live and breathe GMK. I will never change my mind. There's nothing that they can put out there that would ever change my mind. I'm a ride and die GMK girl.
But Sandra does love like the more female kaiju. She has a thing for Violante and she has a thing for Legion.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this kaiju is not a female, but she just has a thing for Destroyer. She loves how Destroyer looks.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, Violante and Legion, yeah.
I like Mothra too.
Yeah, Mothra.
I just feel like I was a little disappointed in the 2019 on Mothra. I liked when she was fighting, Rodan, but I just felt like the design wasn't there, in the 2019 like I wanted it to be, like King Ghidorah or King Ghidorah, however you want to enunciate it. That was a fantastic suit, but Mothra, when she lit up, it's all lights. You didn't really see her colors, and she wasn't as vibrant as I wanted her to be for my taste.
Yeah, I wish they would have.
Or the classic,
Yeah, I wish they would have. Like every time it seemed like Mothra was fighting, they wanted to cut to a human perspective, which, if anyone's watched the Kaiju live show, I absolutely hate that. Like especially when Mothra and Rodan are fighting and like they're tumbling in the background and you're focusing on a little girl run to her house. I'm like, I do not care about that at all.
Yeah.
Let's see the things fighting in the background. So what would be? You've seen all the, you have you've actually know some of the names of these monsters now. So what would you say is your least favorite? Aside from all of them, but if there was one that you really hate.
Everyone's gonna hate me.
What?
Well, I don't hate him. I just don't like his design because I think he's ugly.
And this is
Um,
news to me. I don't even know who we're talking about.
Hedora.
Oh my god! Oh my! It's adorable. How dare you?
Told you,
I'm
everyone
upset.
hates me.
No, that's funny because we had done a little thing with the little one of my coworkers' son, and when he saw him, he was like terrified of him. He
He's
my God,
ugly.
scary. So he didn't want to look at him no more. He's like, ugh, So
I thought for sure when we first started doing all this, that was like the ugliest figure I've ever seen.
It's
Well, Kelly.
Adorable. Unbelievable.
Well, Kelly, he is a big piece of crap, so I can't really blame you for that.
There you go.
well, he looks
Right,
better
so
than
I'm not
Minion.
so far
Okay.
off.
Shay.
Is he, never mind.
Oh, Lord.
Is
David
it
said
a
he hates Minion
big
too.
piece of crap? Is it? You like this?
So I don't even.
I was gonna say my favorite is probably Mothra because I like her story, how she saves Godzilla every time, and
Well, not every time. Mostly humanity. But I did like the new movie with that take.
well, that's where
Yeah.
what I guess I'm thinking of, and I thought she did that every time. So
No, they usually fight all the time. He kills her, and then the babies defeat him. Yeah, they changed it a lot. See, we're gonna have to make her watch the original where Godzilla just wants to eat her egg.
well, I was way off there.
See, Mothra and Godzilla's relationship is complicated. That's the best thing. That's the best way I can describe it. They are sometimes
I thought they loved
enemies.
each other.
In the there was a new dynamic for the new movie, which I actually really liked. I like that fresh take on that.
Yeah.
No, that they've been sometimes enemies. They've been sometimes friends. They've been not exactly friends. They've been on the same page. Like they both have a common enemy. But throughout the years, more so, Godzilla has been not really fond of Mothra. And I don't know why. And it represents really like two different monsters from two different sides of the spectrum. You have a beautiful, female, elegant Mothra, and then you have the dark, brutal Godzilla. And it's like just seeing these two forces come together. It's just good versus evil. It's just classic, And majority of the time, Godzilla is the evil one because obviously he's the evil monster, and because Mothra has rarely been portrayed as like an evil monster. They came close a couple of times in the movies, but Mothra by and large has always been the good guy monster or good girl, I should say. And truth be told, she is like the second most popular monster behind Godzilla, because she's very popular with females in Japan, I believe. So
people probably relate her to a butterfly, and she's just very eloquent.
Yeah, but what like AJ said, what they did in the new movie was like a new dynamic, a new take of their so-called relationship. So, but yeah, if you go back, but if you go back and watch. Yeah, but if you go back and watch past films like 64, 66,
we're gonna watch 64 tomorrow.
Okay. And 92, Godzilla tries to kill Mothra. So hey, what can you do? What can you do?
All right.
So another good question for Kelly. Oh, I actually just scrolled past it. Do you share the fact that your husband is a Godzilla collector with your friends? And if so, how do they react?
Well, we've been together for 15 years, so
we gotta go way back.
all my friends already know about AJ's love for Godzilla. However, when I do meet new people or my colleagues, most of them know that you collect and sell Godzilla figures and stuff, and their reaction is usually like, oh. So,
Yeah, I'm pretty much used to that reaction. That's pretty much the reaction I have gotten from anyone that doesn't, I don't know, nerd out on something. Like they don't collect anything. They're just, which I don't even know. How do you live like that? Just
I don't collect anything. Although I do collect like baking supplies.
Yeah,
if that counts.
We need to do a Kaiju Live baking show.
Count me in.
Baking Godzilla cookies. But how about you? Actually, flip side to that. So, what is your reaction when you tell people that you collect? Because I'm sure that's like, in most people's perspective, that would be a rarity. People would be like, "Oh my god."
Who, me?
Yeah, Sandra. Yeah. So I'm sorry.
Everyone
knows Leslie collects.
Well, fortunately, at my job before I work at home now because we're doing remote, we get to wear whatever we want to. So I'd always wear my Godzilla shirts and stuff like that. So they already know, and I bring some figures into work, put them on my desk, and tell them when I'm about going to G Fest and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But then you have the people who try to talk to you. Oh, so you're going to go to the dinosaur convention? I'm like, come in the bathroom so I can smack you real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's like freaking idiot. So, and then you got people try to, talk to you, about what they think they know. And then you have a couple of people that are genuinely interested and stuff like that. So, yeah, a lot of people at my job know I like collecting Godzilla and stuff like that. So, they respect that and stuff. Everybody has their separate hobbies. And so they always know when July comes, I'm getting hyped up about going to G-Fest and stuff. And so I had a coworker, matter of fact, like a few weeks ago, it's like, well, you're going to miss G-Fest. You miss G-Fest. I said, yeah. So, yeah, I'm already looking forward to next year. We already booked a hotel. We're just hoping it, goes through for next year and they get through this COVID situation. So
I'm really excited about the new hotel venue.
I was even upset that G-Fest was canceled.
Yeah.
I had a very good time last year.
We made a lot of good friends and met so many good people. And then, we've known more people now. So we were really excited to just hang out with everybody, have some drinks and just talk Godzilla toys. It's literally the greatest weekend of all time.
You know what? Normally, when we go to G-Fest, we don't just make it all about G-Fest. We go to Chicago, we hit the city and do a couple things.
Thank you. Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Yeah. I go shopping. I go shopping right across the mall.
Into the city last year.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the Bean. We went to the Overlook. I forgot what it was called.
The first time my dad and I went in, I think it was 2014, we actually saw we went to a Cubs game, which was pretty cool.
Okay.
But the weirdest thing, so we go, and we're like, all right, let's get Chicago pizza. We've never had it, so we go to all the pizza places around the stadium. All of them are trying to serve us Brooklyn style pizza, and we're like, we don't want that. We get that every day. We don't. It's Chicago. It's like, where's the Chicago pizza? This is unbelievable. It wasn't until we got back to the hotel where they have, was it Giordano's? I think it is. That stuff is just just let that one slice just sits in your stomach and you're full for 3 days. It's great.
The cheese is about this long.
Yeah. But I like both. I mean, some people say one's better than the other. Give them both. I'll take them both.
Yeah, so we really make it an event when we go to G-Fest. We have fun at the event. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes the hotel, or at least that one, can be a little stuffy, and not everybody believes in the best hygiene, and I'll just leave it at that. So we just made it our more of a point to at least go to the city, just have fun out there, chill out, avoid the south side. Avoid the south side of Chicago, and just have fun. So the next time that we go, you're more than welcome to join us, so we can have like a couple's day out together. We can, like I said, we ain't going to
when we go
get robbed.
next time. We're definitely like doing the full event, because when we went last year, we only basically did like Friday afternoon, Saturday, and then we left like Sunday morning. So next year we're definitely doing like Thursday through Sunday, and then leaving Monday. So
I think we are too. I think we're doing the same thing.
Definitely have enough time to fit some extra activities in for sure.
Yeah, we've already got we was going to take a cruise in October, and we'd already had plane tickets, and of course that got canceled and moved out. So we moved our plane tickets to July. So we've already got our tickets for that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and going back Monday for the Chicago trip. So
nice.
We're just waiting for everything to be good to go for the G Fest. So
Crystal
we definitely look Kelly's.
Oh, sorry, what?
So we can definitely, Kelly, if you want to, we can hit that mall across the street.
Yeah, let's go.
Or down the street now, because we'll be at a different hotel, that Fashion Outlets. Yeah, I love that place.
Crystal and I we're going down one block. And we just got like hit with a wind tunnel. I was like, this is what they call a wind. As like Abby's stroller dropped and like everything was flying all over. It was really funny.
Oh man.
So we're coming up on, it's 10 o'clock already?
Wow. Yeah.
So any more questions for us?
Yeah, we got any? Leslie, you got any more questions?
Yeah, I tell you what, we'll I guess we can close on this right here. It's more so of a statement, quite frankly. Once again, I want to thank Kelly and Sandra for being here and for not only supporting us. I know I sound like a broken record, but y'all just don't understand how it's important that we have strong support systems, especially in a genre and a hobby that's not understood by the masses. But as you can see here, Sandra and Kelly are living proof that your spouse can get into it. They may not love it to the degree that you do, but it takes a little bit of easing them into it. And if you want to choose the right movie to do it, I think Sandra would suggest 2019. Am I correct?
2019 and work backwards.
Right. I would suggest maybe if you want to see a more recent one. I'm not saying this because Sandra's here. I would say GMK is a nice one. If you want to see like a classic one, I would say try 74. You get a lot of Godzilla. You see him both as somewhat the bad guy and the good guy. You get like a great
it's got
villain.
A great upbeat soundtrack.
Yeah, so you have those films there. So to all the spouses out there who are with Kaiju fans and Kaiju collectors, give it a shot, and just understand that, that this is not for everybody. Mm-hmm. But as I mentioned earlier, it's very hypocritical to shoot down Godzilla, but yet you got the Avengers and all this other stuff around it that get praised to the heavens, and that's fine. But all this is all about imagination. It's all about fun. It's all about escape. It's all about just really having a good time. And I know this fandom has kind of like lost its way a little bit with, petty disagreements and petty arguments amongst people. And, and I've been trying to warn people against that. But through it all, we are still a great community. We're still a great fandom. And, we have strong, great support systems, like Sandra and Kelly and everybody out there. So I want to thank y'all, every single one of you, for being here with us. And Kelly and Sandra are living proof. Your spouses can get into Godzilla, so don't get that twisted.
Leslie got lucky. He has one that was,
Yeah, you were ready. You
with
guys,
it from the beginning.
it took 13 years, but I eventually got her around. So it is possible to do over time.
Yeah.
Just gotta
It just took
really
a very long time.
just don't be overbearing with it, and it can eventually happen.
Yes.
But thank you so much for joining this, Leslie. I appreciate you guys both taking the time and doing this. So this was great. I had a lot of fun. I don't even know if you can see this because it's a green screen. Some Kaiju Live merchandise is in the store. I'm going to plug myself here. Probably can't even see that. Can't see it at all.
Get you a shirt. Get you a shirt because, like I mentioned, I think off air, I'm definitely going to get Sandra and I a shirt. Please support Kaiju Live. AJ is an awesome cat. He does awesome shows. He provides a great service for his show and what he sells to the community and whatnot. And once again, the community and the fandom is great because of people like AJ, because of people like Kelly, people like Sandra. Good people or great people lead to great things. So yes, please support AJ Rutho, Kaiju Live. You always get our support on Leslie Chambers Kaiju reviews and so yeah. Thank you for having us. This has been really fun. And like I said, all the spouses out there, give it a shot. You may like it, you may not love it, but I think you may like it. So,
Plus, it'll make you for the kind words, man.
Yeah, and plus it'll make just try it. It'll at least make your husband or wife or whatever happy. So
before we go, do you have anything coming up that you'd like to announce or anything soon?
Not really.
Review.
I only have let's say 3 pre-orders out in the open, which is the 74 Godzilla Rick Death for Real and Mecha Godzilla Death for Real and Iris. After that, I'm not really getting anything for the rest of the year. But I do have a whole bunch of reviews I have to do. Like I gotta do the Death for Real King C-Star, and I'm debating I should do the 2019 25 centimeter. But I have a dud. The light up don't work, so I don't know if I'm going to do that one. But I will plug Gojira 851. He put up a video for it this morning, and it's awesome. Collect All Monsters, our newest episode is going down on the 12th of September. And of course, I'm going to get more into our shows. AJ with Philip and William and Matt and
man, can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, so I haven't decided which one we're going to do yet, but I know we got at least 7 to 8 topics that we can definitely dive into. So yeah, you're going to hear a lot from us. Actually, I have to mention my baby's birthday is in a few weeks.
Happy birthday!
Happy early birthday!
And then a few weeks after that, it's my birthday. But no, that's my birthday. Then a couple weeks after that is our wedding anniversary. 6 years. 6 years we've been married.
Congrats.
So
Congrats.
there's a lot of stuff that we will be celebrating, for the next few weeks or whatever. So so lots of content is coming on the channel. Just haven't decided what I'm going to do just yet. But yeah, this has been awesome. This has been great. I'm looking forward to doing this again at some point. And had a great time. Appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you all so much for watching. So be on the lookout. Definitely like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for more content from Kaiju Live.